All right, welcome back, everybody. It's going to be a recap here for this Thursday, the 5th of October, 2023. Pretty slow day for me. Only had a few things going on, and took a crude oil shortly after, well, actually right before 9:30. So actually ended up with a HF2 short, and it was within a minute or so. It actually hit my target, so it was very quick in and out on crude. Didn't make a lot, but I didn't have a whole lot on, just like with stocks. I didn't put a lot of trades on today because market's really slow. Only found two stocks that I liked. Only traded two. Did not trade anything else. There were some late movers that I didn't get into, only because I was pretty much done. I didn't want to jump into anything because the markets for me just weren't acting right. So I went ahead and sat on the sidelines, but let's take a look at those two stocks that I did trade. These were actually two stocks were put on before the opening bell. So if you were with us this morning, you recall these two stocks. Okay, so first was GROM. If you remember, I did have a resting order sitting up here at 242. And shortly after the opening, it did finally trigger. I did buy 242. I had 1, 2, 3 levels for target. Once it penetrated level number 3, I went ahead and took a nice little exit. Once again, remember, I want to get out on momentum. So as this was moving up, I went ahead and exited, and I got out right here at, what was it, 259. So I made a little bit of money on GROM. The other stock, okay, it was VSME. This one actually did enter prior to the opening bell. Got in at 9:17. Ended up buying here at 6:17. Ended up buying at 6:17. I did have one. You can't really see this second target, but there's 1, 2, and that's your third target. So once we hit target number 3, I went ahead and I got out here, but I went ahead and I re-entered here. Now I got out right before it halted. So I would have preferred to go through the halt, try to catch an opening burst, but I ended up getting out here at 6:42, which is exactly where it halted. And then later on, I went ahead and bought, in and out pretty quick here. Took another buy here at 798. I was only in this trade for a couple of minutes as it was bursting to make a new high. I went ahead and got out. Actually got out exactly on the high of this bar here. It's pretty interesting. It normally doesn't happen. 828. Got out at 828. Of course, then again, later on, it did finally penetrate and went a little bit higher here for the day. But nonetheless, really nice trade on those two stocks. Did I make a lot of money? No, I did. I just really wasn't heavily positioned for anything today. So crude oil, $72. So I made a little bit on crude and on GROM and VSME. Didn't have a lot of contracts on. I think I had, 500 shares or something. So didn't have much on, but I ended up still doing well on these, on GROM and VSME. So quiet day overall. Didn't do much, but green is green, so that's a good thing. Tomorrow's Friday. Fridays have been pretty good, but once again, I always like to be careful on Fridays. So we'll see what the morning action looks like. Wouldn't be surprised to see an update tomorrow. We'll see. And I wouldn't be surprised to see some nice volatility coming in the market. I think there's a big report coming out tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to go back and look. I'm thinking there's a big report coming out tomorrow. We'll look at it in the morning, and if that report's coming out early, I want to get in, trade in the morning a little bit earlier before the report. But once again, I'm thinking, I can't remember what the report was. I know it's a big report. But anyway, we'll see. So that's it. That's going to wrap it up. We'll see everybody in the morning, final day of the week. And once again, we start this morning show, Everyday Live. First 30 minutes is open to everybody. We start at 9 a.m. Eastern. And then 2 minutes or so before the bell, I want to go ahead and I shut it down and I move over to Discord and I continue my trades with our subscribers. That, if you're interested in following along with me, you can certainly do that. It's very reasonably priced. $50 a month. No obligation to stick around. You're not locked in any kind of contracts or long-term commitment. But I think you'll like the way that I trade. This is something I've developed the last 40 years. It works. It's simple. That's why you don't see a bunch of indicators in here, on here. I don't look at any fundamentals. Everything is going to be displayed in price, and I can see those behaviors in the market. So it doesn't matter whether it's something fundamental or not. You're going to see it. You're going to see it in volume. You're going to see it in the overall market. You're going to see it in the price action. And of course, I identify a lot of that with my patterns. And then the targets are based on something we call Einstein, which is something that was developed, not by myself, but something that was developed by a gentleman back in the 80s. Very successful day trader. He shared it with me. I implemented here, and it gives me very high probability targets. That's it, guys. We'll see you in the morning, I hope. Everybody have a good night.